welcome to this free data analytics course. So the amazing thing about this free course is that we will going to use the power of ChatGPT and we will going to use Microsoft Excel to teach you the basic fundamental as a beginner you require. Okay. So as a beginner in the data analytics, what data analytics means and how Excel can help you. So this is exactly where this course focus on. Okay, it will just going to guide you as a beginner that what are the different functions which are required, okay, to learn data analytics, so that in future if you just go with a higher level, so these basics will only going to help you. Okay, so for that case we have created this free course, and if you are interested to use ChatGPT with data analytics, so make sure just watch this complete free course from starting to end. It will going to give you lots of idea, and along with that it will also going to make your base strong for the data analytics. Okay, hey guys, so let's just understand what data analytics is all about and what does basically it means. So the name only suggesting, suppose here we have two words, that is the data and the analytics. Okay, so what is data? It is any information. Data means what? It is a information. In the terms of data analytics, it's a information. Okay, and even in the very basics, if you understand what is data, it is one kind of information. Okay, that is known as data. And what is analytics? Analytics means we just basically analyze. Okay, analytics means we just analyze and present present the data. Okay, so what data analytics means is that all the companies, okay, maybe if you're working for your own business, no problem, in your business you will going to have something data, okay, like what sales you're getting on your business or what. But maybe if you're working for some company, so that company will going to give you this data. Okay, so you do not have to worry about where we will going to get this data, so that company will going to provide you that data. Okay, and that data will going to have the lots of information about that company, maybe how much sales they are getting. Okay, which age group are purchasing, and similarly there will be many kind of a data. Okay, now that depends on company to company. So all these companies will going to provide you with some data. Okay, and that data will going to have lots of information of that company. So as a data analytics, what you have to do is that you just have to analyze the data. Okay, you just have to, or I can say you just have to study. Okay, you just have to study this information, and after you will going to study the information, what you have to do is that you just have to uh, get some important details, and after you just get the important details from that data, you just have to present that data. This is what analytics means. Okay, so suppose example, let's say company can give you some data of maybe okay, that data can contain about products and the sales. Okay, so suppose there is product A, B and C. Okay, so these are three products, and these products are getting sales of, let's say, these are the sales. So companies will going to provide you this type of a data. Okay, and then after company will going to provide you this type of a data information, you will going to get the information. This is the very first step, that you will going to get the data. Okay, the information. Then the second step is that you just have to study this particular data. You just have to study this data, what this data is showing you. Like we are studying that, okay, this data is of products and the sales. Okay, so you just have to study the data and you have to understand what this data is all about. Then the third information or the third step will be to get the important details from after you will study that. So for example, let's say if you want to know where we have got the high sale, okay, which product has given high sales, so you can see highest sales we have got is the 53, which is the product C. So now this process where we just with the help of the data we try to get the important details. So this is the data, or this is the point we say, is that we are just trying to get the important details from this data. Okay, so this is also the part of the data index. And the fourth one, okay, the last one, is the present data. After you will going to get all the important details from this data, then you have to present this data. Okay, maybe you can just present this data on the basis of some charts, okay, like pie chart, bar charts. Okay, like suppose I go with the chart. Okay, this is one chart, and you can see this is the visual presentation. Here we have products, here we have sales, and this chart is saying that C is showing bigger. That means Codet C has got more seats, right? So this is what it is known as present the data. Okay, so this is what the data analytics all about. So in simple, let me explain you again in very simple. Data analytics means where we will going to get the information, and that data, okay, we just have to study, and after we will going to study that data, we just have to find the important details from that data, and then at the end we have to present the data. That is what it is known as data analytics. Okay, so let me also guide you from where you can just get the Excel if you don't have. Okay, so you can just search for Microsoft 365, click on enter button. You will just go to this office.com Microsoft 365. Okay, and then you will see this one, that is get Microsoft 365. So click on get Microsoft 365, and we never recommend. Okay, so we never recommend to use the uh, you know uh, numbers, okay, by Apple. Okay, not recommend, we do not recommend. We recommend you guys to use Excel or Google Sheets. Okay, now it's not compulsory to use both of them. You can use either Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. Okay, that's totally depend on you. I will show you both, one how you can get the Microsoft Excel or how you can get the Google Sheets. Okay, so first I'm talking about the Microsoft Excel. So in case if you want to use Microsoft Excel and if you don't have, so just go to 365 here, and then you will see this offer. Okay, for home, you can see per year it will just going to cost you this much. Okay, and Microsoft 365 personal. Okay, so basically the thing is that you can basically able to install, if you have PC, Mac, phone or tablet, you can just install Excel, PowerPoint, Word and other applications as well. Okay, so this is how it will going to cost you. Okay, now uh, wait, let me just show you in the US one. Okay, I'm not sure how the URL will be. Okay, so in US version in dollars, you can see this is what the pricing is when I'm basically recording. Okay, so at that time this is the pricing of it. Okay, so in future it may even get changed. You can just go with the monthly plan or yearly plan. Okay, that's totally up to you. But if you buy with yearly plan, it will, you can basically save more. Okay, so that's totally up to you, whatever you want to go with. Okay, but you can go with this plan, that is Microsoft 365 family. Okay, so you can just share with 6 people. Okay, including you. Okay, so thing is that what we do is that in our case, okay, what we do, let me tell you. Okay, so family will going to cost you approx $100. Okay, $100. Okay, wait, let me just write here $100. It will going to cost you the family one. Okay, so what is the concept? It's very simple. What you can do is that you can just uh, you know try to find 6 people, total 6. Okay, and you can just divide this 100 by 6. Okay, So after you will going to divide it, so approx you can say. Okay, let me show you. Just see the calculator. 100 divided by 6, it will just going to cost you approx $17 approx. Okay, so for each person it will going to cost $17, dollar 17, 17, 17, 17, and 17. Okay, so this is the very great value for money deal. You can just if you have 6 family members or maybe 6 friends. Okay, so what you can do is that you can basically purchase the Microsoft family plan, and you can tell your friends that you to pay you. Okay, so suppose you have purchased, you are the main owner. Okay, so you can tell the rest of the members, okay, that pay you $17. Okay, so in this way it will only going to cost you $17. Okay, to use the Microsoft uh, all applications. Okay, but if you individually buy, it will just going to cost you $70 per year. Okay, which is very costly. So if you just personally buy $70 for you, only for you, it will cost you 70. But instead of that, you can purchase the family plan. Okay, and just try to manage 6 people, and you can just share this family plan with them. Okay, so what will going to happen is that uh, each family member, okay, there are 6 people or family member or people. Okay, so for each of them will going to get one separate account. Okay, so all of them will going to get separate account, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so Microsoft will going to give 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte of storage to each account. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and each one can install the application. Okay, that is Excel, Word, or whatever apps. Okay, you can see the complete details about all the apps here: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneDrive, and all this application. Each user, okay, each 6 person can install in their separate computer. So this is a very value for money deal, and this is what I suggest. Okay, so this is how you can just purchase it, and then you will be able to download this Microsoft Excel like I have purchased it. Okay, right now I'm using it on my Mac. You can see Microsoft Excel I have. Okay, so similarly I have a family plan. Okay, so wait, let me share you that. Okay, so Microsoft Excel, just go to your Microsoft account. So after you will do that, okay, then from your account you just have to click on my Microsoft account. Okay, so after you will purchase it, you will also be able to see your account, and here you will see this option, that is subscription. Okay, and scroll down and go to service and subscription. Okay, here, and from here my friends, you can see, you can just share that with others. Okay, you can just click on this manage 365 family. Okay, from here, and you can see right now I'm sharing with only 1 person out of 6. Okay, one is me myself. Okay, so I'm not included, but I can give to other 6 people. Okay, so if I tap here, so you can see I can just invite other members, okay, to join my 365 family plan, and when they will going to accept, you will be able to share them 365 subscription with them. Okay, and do not worry, nothing will be, everything will be separated. They will going to get their separate 1 terabyte, separate apps. Okay, so it's not like that whatever you're doing, so other members will able to see that. It's not like that. Okay, so they will separately going to get complete separate account for them. Okay, that's it. So this is what about this Microsoft Excel. So that's totally up to you for whatever subscription you want, personal or family. It's totally up to you, whatever option you want to go with. Okay, And if you just talk about Google Sheets, okay, so Google Sheet is also the option which is totally free. You just need to have the Google Chrome, and from the Google Chrome you can just go and sign up with your Google account, and after that you will going to see in the apps, you will basically be able to see the sheets. Okay, here just click on the sheets, and from here you can just click on this plus button, and you can just go ahead with the sheets. Okay, so whatever you can do in the Excel, the same thing you can do in the Google Sheet for absolutely free. Okay, like if you remember, we just shown you this format of duplicate option. Okay, so this thing in the Microsoft is here in the remove duplicate, but same thing you can just get it here, data. Okay, and you will see the option here or there. Okay, so it's basically the same thing, but you may need to, you know, search for those options. Like here in the data cleanup, we have the remove duplicate option. Okay, so almost it's same, but Google Sheet is also very powerful. Okay, all the things are same. So let's say even if you're learning from Google Sheet, so you can just do that thing in the Microsoft, and from the Microsoft, if you're learning, you can just do that same thing here. Okay, it's all about just the setting. Some settings are you just have to search. Okay, like in Microsoft, it's under data, and here you can see remove duplicate option. But in Google, it's here in the data, under the data cleanup, under here remove duplicate. That's it. Okay, so that's totally up to you. And in this way, I just taught you how you can access to the Excel. Okay, and do not worry about others. Okay. Let's see how you guys can install the applications maybe to your computer. Okay, so it's very easy. After you will purchase the Microsoft, okay, just 365, just go to or click on your profile, click on my Microsoft account, then it will just going to redirect you here. Then just go to service and subscription, and there you will going to see the option to install the 365 application. Okay, on your device you will see like this. Just click on install button, and then after you will just download it. Then you can just be able to download one file. Okay, on your computer, just unzip it and automatically it will be get downloaded. Okay, so this is how you can just install the applications. Okay, that is the Microsoft inside your computer. Okay, like I have over here, you can see all the applications are here, Excel, Word, and all such applications. Okay, this is the same process you do to install normal application. The same process for the Mac as well as for the Windows. Okay, let's go with the basics of Excel. Okay, for data analytics. So very first thing which I just want to tell you is that you can zoom it from here. Okay, like this you can see. So in this way you can see the cell are now more bigger. Okay, and you can play with this. And another thing is that there are a lot of settings. You can see home settings. Okay, we will of course not going to go about this. Okay, we will only going to focus on those part of the Excel where we will going to have the things that are related to data analytics. Okay, so the very first thing which I just want to tell you is about this. Okay, suppose I just select on this cell. Okay, and then I can just write here, let's say age. Okay, or let's just go with, let's say, products. Okay, and then we have age here. Okay, now we have products A, let's say B, and C is the name of the product, and the age is, let's say, 56, 32, 15. Now suppose this is just a normal uh, text. Okay, now if you want, you can just select these cells and you can even make it highlight. Okay, you can do that. But what we generally do in data analytics is that we just use and create tables. Okay, and in tables we work, so it's very easy. Whatever data you have, you simply have to select this like this. Okay, and press Control and T, Control plus T on your keyboard. Okay, And when you will going to do this, so it will just help us to convert this data into table. Just select this, control and T, then you will see this type of the option which says create table. Okay, so simply what you have to do is that you just have to click on OK button, and here you will see that my table has headers. Okay, if you untick this option, now it simply means that here you can see products and age will be considered as the header. Okay, now suppose if you will say or untick this option, so see what will going to happen if I click on OK. So it will not consider the products and age as the header. Okay, so this is the problem. So the best option is to select that. Okay, if you have products and age suppose, and press Ctrl and T, and now select this option, click on OK. Now it will just consider the products and age as the header and all these details, and you can see now your data has been converted into table. So this is the very basic thing, okay, which you always have to consider, that in data analytics you have to work with the tables. And in this table you can just see this table design. Okay, if I click on some other cell, okay, outside of the table, so that table design will not going to show. For to make it show, you first have to select on the table, then you will see table design, and from here you can just change the table design as well. Okay, so this is the very first thing. And here in your case you may not see the developer option. Okay, so to get this developer option, first of all save it. Okay, you can just name it, for example, let's say I can write here basics of Microsoft Excel. Okay, you can just name it whatever you want, and make sure you just save the data. Okay, you can even enable the auto updates as well. Now if you just go to your file, okay, wait, okay, it's saved. Now if this developer option is not showing to you, you simply have to go to file, just go to options, and just go to custom ribbons, and here you will going to see this developer option. Make sure that this option is tick mark. In your case, if it's not tick mark, make sure to tick mark it and then click on OK. Then again just come to this data. Okay, so if you just go to file, here all your files will going to show. This is the file we are working on. Then you will see this developer option. And in data analytics there is one concept of a power pivot. Now if you also don't see that, just click on the developer, just go to come on add-ons and select this Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel, tick mark this option, click on OK, then you will see this Power Pivot option as well. Okay, so this is just the basics of Excel. Okay, and another thing is this Control Shift Plus. Now if you take your cursor to any row, so these are the columns, and here you can see this 1 2 3 4 5 6. These are known as rows. Okay, so if suppose you want one new row here, okay, one new row edit here, so you just have to press Control Shift Plus on your keyboard. So press Control Shift and plus, you will going to see one new row has been created for you over here, which you can just add or write anything you want. Okay, awesome. And if you want, let's say, one more row here, so again just tap here, press Control Shift and plus button, again one new row will be added to you. Okay, this is awesome. Similarly you can just do that on the column as well. So these are all the columns like A B C D, these are known as columns. So suppose I want to add, let's say, one column over here, so what I can do, I can select any of this. Okay, or let's select this one and press Control Shift and plus, and you will going to see one new column will be added here. Okay, and another thing is that you can always click on this plus button here. So basically thing is very simple. In every one workbook, so suppose if you just go to file, so this is known as workbook. Okay, and my friends, in every workbook you can create multiple sheets like sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and you can just work on each one of them, and even you can rename them. Suppose I can right click here in the sheet 1 and I can rename it, let's say, 1, and so on, right? So this is the thing which you can do as well. Okay, going to explain you one concept, okay, which is fill. Now flash fill is also we have. So suppose I write here, let's say this one as a text, okay? And suppose if I select it to, let's say here to the right, and if I just go to the field and if I click on right, so that same number will just going to fill up here. Same thing will going to happen for the up, left, right. You can just try it out, okay? Now another feature which we have, and you can always select it and delete this way to delete anything, okay? And suppose if I write here 1 2 3, okay? Now Excel is very smart. So suppose if I just select the third cell and if I just drag it here, you will see this black plus button like this, okay? So it will just going to do the same filling process, okay? And suppose if I just write here 3 4 and so on, okay? So if I select this, okay, and if I now, earlier I only selected one, okay, so it is just giving that same number again, but now this time I selected all of them. And if you will again just going to drag this from the bottom, maybe, okay, like this, so you can see automatically it will just going to say that after 4 5 6 7 will going to come, okay? So this is known as flash fill, okay? It is automatically created by AI. And also if you see here, suppose I just want to separate the data, okay, like John Eva is written here. So suppose I just write here John, okay, click on enter. Now I just want to write the only first name, let's say Mathura, M-A. So you can see when I type M-A, automatically it has displayed the first name of all of them. If I click on enter, you can see it, which is going to do that same thing for you. So this is called as, fill and flash fill feature we have in the Excel, okay? So generally we use it for various purpose, okay, but just remember that we have one such feature, okay? So basically let's say when we have some data, okay, which is blank, so at that time we use generally these features of fill. Let's talk about that later on, okay? We will going to talk about this text to column feature. So under your data you will going to see this text to column, okay? So it's also a very helpful thing. So in data analyze, sometimes what we have to do is that we just have to separate something into some other column, okay? So this is H column, this is I column, right? Suppose I want to, let's say I want to separate the first name and the last name, okay? So I can just do that using that fast fill, okay? Suppose I want Eva here, and if I just type Kane here, okay, and suppose I just write here Nico, so in this way I can just do these things, okay? But sometimes that doesn't happen, okay? So we use text to column feature. So it uses, if you tap on this, okay, suppose I just select this data, if I click on text to column, so you have two options, either you can use delimited or some fixed width, okay? Now what is that, we will going to tell you. For example, if I just go with delimited, okay, if I select delimited, so you can just separate the things into different column using some commas or some symbols. If I just select the delimited, click on next button. Now what option you want, so you can see in this name we have here the space everywhere, okay, and the first name and last name is separated by the space. So what I can do is that I can just select here space, okay? So automatically you can see the preview that if you untick it, suppose I just uh, untick it, so all are now here like this, John, Eva, Mathura, okay? And suppose if I put the space, so it will just going to separate that into a two columns, okay? Then you can just click on the next button, and then it will ask you the location where you want to set it up. So if I tap here and if I select that I want the response here in this cell, just select this and click on finish. Now you can see that you have got the response, it has just separated it, okay? So this is the text to column feature. Similarly here we can also do that. Suppose I select this, click on text to column, delimit it, click on next, and I right now I just want it to be separated by dot, okay? Let's say this is some decimal numbers, but I only want the first before decimal digits to show up. So I will just simply going to go to other and I just put dot, okay? and it will just going to separate the numbers. Okay, then I can click on next. I can select the location. I will tap on this, and where I want the response, let's say on this cell, I will select that. I will click on here, so it will just going to select this cell. Click on finish, and you can see you have got the answer. It just separated it. Okay, 23 before the point, it has just separated it 23 to 43, 43, 42. So in this way you can use the text to column. So what you are seeing right now in text to column is that whenever we want to separate anything into some other columns, like these names are separated into other columns. Okay, so in there we use text to column feature. Okay, and suppose we have this data here, let's say 53-23, like this. Okay, okay, suppose we have this data. If I select this, if I just go to text to column, and if I select here fixed width, so here I can just select the line. Okay, if I just select the fixed width, click on next, and it will just going to tell you where you want the separation. So I will select the line, and I can even put two lines. So I just want to separate the 45, 23, and so on, like this. Okay, so I want to create three columns, 1, 2, and 3. You can see here. Click on the next button, select the location. For example, I want it here. Great, click on finish, and boom, you can see that it has separated 45, 23, 56 into one column, and dash 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 into another column, and the last after dash 23, 46, 23, all this data in another column. So this is the text to column feature. We're going to learn about data validation. Now, what is data validation? So data validation helps you to restrict input on the mentioned condition. Okay, so sometimes what happen is that we in data analytics we have some data. Okay, and we just put some restriction on it so that no one can put something else. Okay, so we just put some conditions. Suppose I just teach you with one example. I have, let's say, these particular data. Okay, wait, let me just remove this. You can always right click on any row, and you can just even do delete that from here. Okay, suppose we have this data. I select this data. I just go to data, and I will just go to data validation. I will click on data validation, and now it's asking me what type of a data it is. So for example, it's a number, decimal, list. So you can see that right now it's date. Okay, so I will just select the date. Now here I can restrict the data. That means I just want the data should start from, let's say, 1st of January. Okay, month will be January, then date will be 2, then it's 2024. Let's say this is the starting date, and suppose I want the end date to be 1st of Jan 9, then it should be 2024, let's say. So I have said in the condition. Okay, I have set the condition that the starting and the ending date should be this. Okay, so if even if I if you just, okay, wait, so if I just put anything else, okay, apart from this condition, so that will not be accepted. Suppose I click on okay. Now the condition has been set. Now what condition has set? That the starting date is 1 2 2024. Okay, and another date will be 1 3 2024, and so I'm just increasing one day. Okay, that 1st January date will be 4 2024, and similarly you can just use flash fill till whatever you want. Let's say till 9. Okay, so we have set this as the start date and this as the end date. So here in this rule, if I just try to put something else, for example, here let's say I put, let's say 142, let's say this date, that is 1 4 2024. Click on enter, it will just going to accept that data. But suppose if I just try to add this data 1 10 2024, suppose I will going to add this data. Okay, so see what will going to happen. 1 10 2024, click on enter, it will not going to allow that data. So this is what the data validation is all about. So as per the condition, like our condition, we have said that the date should be from this only. Okay, so this is the condition we have set. Now if we put any input, that means any text or any value here as per this condition, then only it will going to allow. Otherwise, if we just do not put anything, if we just put anything that is not meeting this condition, so that will not going to allow to be input here in the value. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so this is what the data validation is all about. You can just put the data validation on the basis of number, list, date, time, and so on. Okay, now guys, we will going to talk about conditional formatting. Okay, now what is this feature? So guys, we can basically highlight any condition. Okay, so that is what the conditional formatting is all about. It will just going to highlight it. Here you can say it will just going to highlight any condition. For example, here you can see, let's say we have three conditions: more than 500 salary. So here we have this data, suppose. Okay, and here you can see we have the salary. Now whenever you talk about data analytics, so very first thing you always have to remember is about formatting the data properly. Like you can see the salary should be in some currency, right? So always make sure that you just select that column, because this is related to salary. And in the home, just go to home, and here you will going to find the general. So just make sure that the salary data is related to currency, right? So I will just going to make sure. Right now you can see it's selected to general, but I will just change it to currency. So it's very much important that you take care about all this data. So make sure that whenever you see any data, make sure you change that data to the proper format. And from here you can say it's selected to currency. From here you can even mention, let's say it's in euros, pounds, or any such currency as well. Okay, so make sure you just do that thing. Okay, and suppose let's say we have this data 44.34. Okay, if I select this data again, you can see in the home this data is again showing as a general, but we all know this is the decimal data. So what I can do is that I can just select the decimal data, or I can even select as a number. So just make sure that it's in proper format. Okay, suppose we have 35%. Again, this data is automatically turned to percentage, but if it doesn't, make sure you select any data and change it to proper format. Now let's continue about conditional formatting. So suppose let's say we want the salary more than 500 to be highlighted. Okay, so I can select this column again like this. I can just simply tap here, and I can just go to conditional formatting, and I can just make sure that I want the data that should be more than 500. So I can just select here more than 500. Okay, so when I selected more than 500, so automatically you can see all the data that are more than 500 number, all the data has been selected here with some color. So you can see it's light red filled with dark red text. So there is a light text, light red text, and dark red text has been used. And even you can just make it to yellow fill. Okay, or any format. If I click on OK, now this is what the conditional formatting means. So conditional formatting means on the basis of any condition you highlight that data. So in this complete data you can see only this data is highlighted. And why this data is highlighted? Because it is showing that these highlighted data are more than 500 salary. Okay, and similarly I can select as a top 3 salary. Okay, so I can again select the salary one. I can go to conditional formatting, and even I can just go to top, let's say top 3. Okay, it's top 10. I can make it top 3 data, and I want to make it to the red color. So you can see top 3 data has been now uh, colored with the red color. Okay, similarly, let's say I want the age between 20 to 35. I will select this age. I can go to conditional formatting. I can select let's say between. You can just explore all of them. I will select between, and let's say I want the age between 20 to 35. So I will select 20 to 35, and let's fill with green color. Click on OK. Now all the age that are between 20 to 35 has been highlighted in the green color. So this is where the conditional formatting is useful. So sometimes this happens that we want to analyze the data. So what we do is that we simply select that column or row, and we just apply the conditional formatting as per our condition which we want to see. So in this way we don't have to manually see all this data. Okay, we can easily highlight the data. For example, the age between 20 to 35 is this one, and I can see that okay, this age is between 20 to 35, and what is the name? It's Sonia. Okay, and so on. So in analyze, this is also very much important to understand the conditional formatting. Okay, now guys, we will going to talk about sorting and filter. Now if you don't know about this option, so what you have to do is that whenever you will going to have any table, so what you can do is that you can just select that table. And there's also another way to select the complete table is to just go to that table and see the diagonal arrow. Okay, so just see it. If you can see here, just go here and you will see this type of arrow. Okay, not up, but wait, mm, wait, it's over here. Okay, like this. So when you step on this, so automatically your complete table will be selected. Okay, like this. Okay, then you can just simply go to data, and here you can just enable the filter option and sorting as well. So just enable both of them. Okay, event sorting. Okay, you can just add the sorting. But if you even tap on the filter, automatically sorting option will also be enabled. Now question arises is what is sorting? So sorting basically helps you to arrange the data, and it doesn't hide any data. So if you ever want to arrange the data in, let's say, ascending and descending order, so sometimes this happens that we want to analyze the data. Okay, so we want to analyze the data from smaller, that is ascending, that is from smaller to larger, descending can be from greater to the smaller. So at that time the sorting option help us too much. For example, I can just go to salary, and if I just click on this option, this arrow option, and this option will only be visible if you will just going to tap on this table. If you will untick the filter, you can see no, that white arrow option has gone. So that option will only be visible when the filter will be enabled. Okay, and from here you can just tap here, and suppose I want the salary to the smallest to the greatest, so I can just arrange the data from the smallest to the largest. So you can see all the smallest data has come at the top, and the largest has gone down. Similarly, you can just do with this one from largest to the smallest. So this is known as sorting. So in sorting we just arrange the data. Okay, this is what simply it means. Okay, you can also do that by the color as well. Now how does that work? Suppose I just select the salary, and suppose I can just go to the okay, just go to the home. Okay, or just go to the insert, wait, formula. Okay, just go to wait, where we have that option. Okay, just go to home, just go to conditional formatting. Okay, suppose I just go here, and let's say I select the top 10 items, or let's just go with the top 3 items I want to display. And similarly I also add another condition here as well. Let's say bottom 3 items, and I just want it to fill with yellow. Okay, so we have got the top, that means top 3 items in red color, and top, and sorry, and bottom 3 in the yellow. Now suppose I can just go to sorting, and you can just go here to the sort by color. So suppose I just sort it by, let's say, the red color. So sorting will just going to bring the red color at the top. Same, you can just go with the yellow color, so the yellow color will be at the top. So this is known as sorting. So you can also sort by the color. But one thing you will going to notice that whenever you arrange the data, none of your data will ever going to hide or get deleted. Okay, all the data will be present here. It will just going to go up and down. Okay, it will just going to arrange the data, but no data will be hidden in this sorting option. Okay, so let's talk about the filter. Okay, now what is filter? And before that, if you have applied some conditions, okay, and if you want to clear those conditions, like I just want to clear all these conditions, so I can simply click on clear rules, and I can just clear the rules from the entire sheet. So the complete rules will be removed from here. Okay, that's it. And of course you can just go ahead and okay, let's leave. Now what is filter? So filter will just going to help you to filtering the data. Okay, and it will just going to hide the data as per your filter. So what does this mean? Okay, suppose if I, here you can see we have the salary data. If I just go here to the salary data, and suppose here we have the sorting options, and here we have the filter option. So suppose I only want to display, let's say 139 to this data only. So I can click on OK, and only this data will be displayed to you. And if you again tap here, and if you just select all, click on OK, now again your complete data will going to show. Okay, this is the filter. So what is happening is that here, if you will going to notice, suppose if I select this one, let's say except all of them, let's say I just remove this one, and let's say this one, so it will going to remove those data. Okay, so it is hiding the data. Okay, as per your filtering, it is hiding the data, but in sorting that was not happening. It was just doing ascending and descending, arranging the data on the basis of colors, ascending and descending, but it is not hiding any data. But in filter, as per your filter condition, it will just going to hide the data. Suppose if I just go here, and let's say if I click on OK, all the data is showing now. Okay, now similarly, let's say if I just go to age column, okay, and in the age we also have the filter option. Just click here, and you can also set the condition. For example, I want all the age to be shown that are greater than, let's say, 30. Now what will going to happen? Only the age group which are greater than 30 will be shown, and less than 30 will be removed. Okay, it will just going to hide that data. So see here, click on OK. Now what is happening? It is showing all the data where the age group is greater than 30, and it has hide all those data which are less than 30. So this is what filter is all about. Okay, you can click on clear filter from the edge, and again you will going to get this data. So hope you guys have got the idea that what is the difference between sorting and filtering up. Okay, in filter we just filter the data, and as per our filter condition it will just going to hide other data. But in sorting, nothing will going to get hidden. It will just going to arrange the data. For example, I can say like customer's name, I can add the filter, let's say in the filter, and you will always going to see that if I just go here, this date is related to, and here it's showing general. I can just make the format change to the date, because this is a date. Now this date has this column has been changed to date. Okay, so make sure you format the data. Now if you will going to notice, for example, here you can see the as per, because here you can see in this column we have text. So according to that, here you can see all the filter option. And similarly, if you go to the retirement, and here you go, here you will see date filters. So it will just going to show you all the filters that are according to the date. Okay, so as per the data type, the format type, it will show you the format option. Suppose if I just go here, and suppose I just go to text filter, and if I say that I only want the text that contains K should be shown. Okay, and rest everything to be hidden. If I click on OK, now you can see that all the names with that is containing K letter is showing here, and rest other data has been hidden. Right, so this is what filter is all about. Okay, So hope you guys have understood what sorting and filter is. Make sure you enable that from the data here, okay, by selecting the table. Let's talk about the duplicate data. Okay, so it's very simple what duplicate data is. Okay, so suppose we have here, we all know that in this range we have 2 as a duplicate data. So how it can be removed? So just go to data, you will see remove duplicate, just tap on this, click on OK, and you can see one duplicate value has been found and removed. Okay, so you can see that 2 has been gone. So sometimes this happen that when you are analyzing the data in the data analytics, okay, so you may get repeated data. Okay, so which is very frustrating. Okay, it just take some amount of space in our data which we do not want. Okay, so what we can do is that we can select the table like this, we can simply click on remove duplicates, and here you can see that this fifth number John Cena 32, this same data we have here at the end. Now let's see if we apply the remove duplicates here, click on OK, and of course you can select where you want to apply that. So suppose you only want to apply the duplicate data in the age range, so just select it and remove all of them. But right now I just want to apply it to the complete table, or you can even unselect and you can select you only want to check in the salary one. So it will only going to check the salary one, but let's select all, so it will just going to check the complete table. Click on OK, and you can see one duplicate data of John Cena has been removed. So this is how you can just deal with some duplicate data if you were going to get any. Okay, now we will going to discuss about blanks. So guys, it is possible that sometimes you will going to have some blank data. So what happen is that sometimes suppose you are asking your customers maybe name, let's say their age and email maybe. So sometimes what happened, customers put their, let's say, name, okay, and they also put their, let's say, email address, okay. But problem comes when customer thinks that okay, age is not necessary, so he doesn't put their details. So we get this type of a data where there is some blank values. Okay, so this is the problem, but this is what you have to deal with. Okay, so in data analytics you have to deal with these blank values. So first of all, you just have to ask with your company, okay, or to for whomsoever you are working, what you have to you basically have to ask to your management that what to do with this blank value. So they can say you different methods to do, like forward, backward, mode, and there are many others. Okay, and some companies can even say you that you do not have to do anything with the blank, just keep it blank only. So before you do anything with the blank values, okay, you first have to ask your management what to do with these blank values. Okay, so what we can do now is that as a data analytics, if your management will going to instruct you what to do with this blank value. Okay, so they can say you that you have to apply the forward method to this blank value, backward method to the blank value, and so on. Now let's understand that. So suppose I just have some data here. Let's say it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5. Okay, we have this data. Now suppose if I just remove these two numbers. Okay, so what does this forward means? Forward means, my friends, whatever like here we have two blanks. Okay, so in forward method what happen is that whatever value will be above that blank value, for example in this blank value 4 is above this value, so that same value will going to come up here. And similarly here we have the blank value, and above this blank value we have 2, so automatically 2 will come up over here. So this method is known as forward method. And backward method means, in backward method what happen is that it is just opposite of forward. Like in forward we are taking the value above the blank value, but in backward what we do is that whatever value will be, you know, below this blank value, for example in this blank there is 2, so 2 value will come up over here, and similarly in this blank below is the 5 value, so 5 value will come up over here. So that is the backward method. So in this way you have to deal with these blank values, okay, which is very much important for you to understand. And then we have is the two methods. So what does this means? Mode means what you do is that you select this value, and what you do, suppose a mode will basically going to tell you what is the value which is used frequently. For example, here you can see in this range 5 is repeating multiple times, so automatically the mode will be 5, because rest all the values are presenting one time. So in nutshell, suppose if I just write here another value, let's say 3 and 3, now the mode will be 3 because 3 is appearing more times, so the mode will be 3, right? So this is what you have to do with the blank values. You just have to put some values. Okay, there are plenty of other methods like forward, backward, mode, mean, median, and so on, but these are very frequently used methods, okay, which we will going to give you the idea about. Okay, so see how to work with that. Suppose I just go to age. Okay, just select this age. Like here you can just take your cursor here, okay, in between this line, and automatically it will just going to select this value. Just go to home, and here you will see this find and select. Just go here, click on go to spatial, and here you will see these blank values. Okay, so automatically it will just going to select the blank value here. So just click on OK. Now you can see it automatically selected the blank value. Now what you have to do is that you just have to write here equals to, okay, like this, and then you just have to select the forward means above the value, which is this one. And now you have to press control plus enter on your keyboard. Okay, so just press control and enter button. So automatically you can see the forward value was 32, so automatically the 32 value has been put here, and similarly here the 22 value has been put up over here, right? So this is what the forward method is all about, my friends. Okay, wait. Okay, okay, so you basically have to press control and then you have to press enter. Okay, then only it will just going to work. So this is the forward. Same with the backward as well. Suppose if I select the column again, now in backward it will just going to take the lower value. Okay, again same, just home, find the research, go to spatial, click on blanks, click on OK, and just do not select or do anything, just press equals to. Automatically this column will be selected, and I will select this value, and then you have to press control and enter, press control and enter, and automatically you can see we have got the above value here. Okay, so this is so awesome, right? The backward value means the below value. Okay, we have got it over here. Similarly, we have the mode as well. Suppose if I select this one, okay, let's go here, okay, and suppose I again just go to find them, select, go to spatial, select the blanks, click on OK, put equals to. Now right here mode, and this is the mode. Just double tap here and just select this particular column here like this. This one, okay, close it, click on control and enter. Okay, wait, okay, so 0 0 has come. Okay, wait, uh, okay, so because we have the two similar values here, so this is the reason it is showing you that data. But just understand one concept, that this is what we deal with the blank value. So whenever you will going to get any blank value, so in data analytics we also have got the concept to put the blank values with some method. Okay, you can use forward, backward, mode method, or any other method to fill these blank values. Okay, so this is all about it, and to make sure you first ask your management, because some companies say that keep the blank value as blank only, but some will going to tell you that you have to fill this blank value with the forward method, backward, and so on. Okay, guys, now we will going to deal with the white spaces. Now suppose if I just write here, let's say my name is Kunal, and here also I'm writing Kunal. So now if you will count the characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, so it will be 5 only. So what we can do is that whenever we want to write the formula, so we will going to put equals to. Now do not worry, we will going to discuss about the functions and formula later, but there's one function known as length, okay, which is going to return the number of character the text has. So just double tap here. Now whenever you apply any formula, so it will just going to tell you what you have to put in the formula. So it is saying text, select text. I will select it, close the bracket, click on enter, and it's saying Kunal has the 5, you know, characters. That is but obvious. K is 1, U is 2, N is 3, A is 4, and L is 5. But here let's just do the same thing. Just select length, select this text, close the bracket, click on enter. Now it's showing 6. This is the problem. Now why it's showing? Because of the white space. Now if you double tap here you can see that we have also included one white space here. So this is the reason it's showing 6. Now if I put one more space, click on enter, it will show 7. So white spaces is most of the time also added to our data. So suppose if I select it and if I just remove to white space, click on enter, now it's showing 5. So this is the problem. So in our data, sometimes this can happen that we have some white spaces in the data. So suppose what we can do is that I can select this one, I can right click and I can click on insert. So whenever you insert any column, so it will always be inserted to the left side. Okay, so we have inserted it, we can just rename it, let's say customer name. Okay, so this is the customer's name data. Now from here what we can do is that we can just put or do one thing. Suppose here if you will put space, so we have the 7. Okay, so to remove the space we use one function known as trim function. This remove the white space. So if you just put equals to trim, just select, double tap here, it is asking to select the text. So I will select the text, close the bracket, click on enter. Now the white space has been removed. Now if you just calculate the length again, select this one where we have removed that, click on enter, now it's showing 5. Okay, so this is what you have to do. So just put equals to trim, okay, equals to trim, and select, let's say, this column, close the bracket, click on enter. So it will just going to remove the complete white space from here. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Okay, so white space is always a problem in the data analytics. So make sure that whenever there is some text, always cross check that there shouldn't be any white space. Okay, or always recommended to use the trim function. You can just create one new column and just trim that text, so automatically even if there will be some white space, so it will be removed. Now problem is that suppose we have got the 2 customer names, so I can just remove this one, but there will be one problem. After I will going to remove it, it will show you reference, because if you will going to notice, we have calculated this value on the basis of this column, right? But we are just removing the main base for this formula. So this is the reason, that is the problem. So what you can simply do is that go whatever new column you have created, just right click and copy this, then again right click here and you will see this option known as paste values. Tap on this and now you can simply remove it, right click and remove it, so there will be no such problem now. So this is how you can just deal with the white space. So make sure that you use trim function to remove the white space from your data. So guys, now let's just discuss about some of the text function. Now there are plenty of functions. Okay, uh, basically if you just go to formula, so here you will find text function, logical functions, financial functions, date and time functions, and many more other functions. Okay, so all the functions are very easy to learn, and here you can utilize the tools like ChatGPT. Okay, so just go to ChatGPT, just search for ChatGPT. Okay, and you will see this chatgpt.com. Just sign up. Okay, if you don't have account, or just click on login. In my case, I already have the account, so I will just going to log in with Google, and you can sign up with Google, Microsoft, or Apple as well. Okay, so that's it. And after that, you can just go ahead and learn about any function. So you can say to ChatGPT, I am learning data analyzed with, let's say, Microsoft Excel. Okay, with Microsoft Excel. So can you explain me the length function? Okay, can you explain me the length function with examples? So if you type this thing, so you will going to notice the ChatGPT will try to explain you the length function with example. Okay, so here you can see the length function in Excel is used to find the length of the string, okay, the number of characters in the text. So you can see this is how the syntax is, so this is how we write it. Okay, or you can say the like a formula. Okay, so suppose here if you will just going to see, like if you type length hello, Excel will return 5. Okay, because here you can see hello has 1 2 3 4 5 characters in it. So it's very simple to use ChatGPT. Okay, similarly you can just learn any simple any of the function. Okay, for example, if I put here equals to length, and if you double tap here, just select the text, close the bracket, click on enter, you can see 5. Okay, now what is the trim function? You all know that trim function we basically use to calculate the length, sorry, to remove the white space. Okay, so if there will be any white space, so that can be removed. Suppose if here we have white space. Okay, so you can click on equals to trim, select this text, close the bracket, click on enter. So now the white space has been removed if there will be any. Okay, similarly we have a lot of functions like upper. So if you will just going to tell to ChatGPT, hey, explain me now upper function in Excel with examples. You can also say like try to answer in visual format. Okay, click on enter. Now it will just going to explain you the upper functions with the visual format. Okay, like this here you can see it's just giving you with the visual format like the text. Okay, so you can see the upper text. Okay, so this is how the text will be, the formula will be equals to upper text. Now how it works, so suppose here you can see we have this text data analyze. Okay, so suppose the cell name is A2. Okay, now if you don't know what A2 is, suppose if you tap on anywhere in the cell. Okay, suppose I tap on this one, so the cell location is now A2. At the very top you can see A2, and suppose I tap here, so the location will be B4. Okay, B4, B from the column and 4 from the row, and here also you can see B4 is the cell location. And suppose if I tap on here, so here L will be the column and row will be 12, so L12 is the location of this cell. Okay, and at the top you can also see L12. Now similarly here it has said that A2 is the location of this cell. Okay, so equals to upper, and you just have to select this particular cell A2, so it will just going to put like this data analyst. Okay, it will just going to convert all the text into uppercase. Okay, similarly marking strategy, so same you can just do and work with all the formats and the formulas. Okay, for example here I can just apply upper, tap here, select the text. Suppose I select this one, close it, click on enter, you can say kiss me honey. Okay, so it will just going to convert all the text into the upper one. Okay, so similarly we have the lower, and you can just learn with ChatGPT. Okay, proper we're just going to convert all thing into the proper. Okay, so what you can do now is that you can just copy the same prompt like this, go here and right click, just paste it here. Okay, and instead of upper, now just search for proper function. Okay, this one. Okay, so here you can see the proper function. We have got it over here. Now it will just going to tell you how the proper function works. So what it will basically going to do is that it will just going to make the every first text to the capital and rest to the small. So you can see data D has converted to the upper and analyze A has converted to upper and rest will be in the small. Okay, so this is the proper function, and same you can just go with the left, right, and let's say if you want to learn about left, equals to left, just select it, and whenever you select any text, okay, so it will just going to give you the formula. So here it is saying to select the text, so I will just going to select, let's say, this text. Then it is saying to put comma, so you can see put comma. Then it is saying that from the left how much characters you want. So suppose I only want let's say ki. Okay, so I will just going to put here 2. Okay, close the bracket. Now what is happening is that I have selected this particular cell, and then I said I from the left I only want these 2 characters. Click on enter, then you can see ki will be written. Same with the right, medium. Okay, same strategy with the medium, and let's say equals to mid. Okay, so suppose here it is saying to select the text, so I will just going to select the text. Then it is saying to put comma. Then it is saying us that what will be the starting number, okay, from where the text will going to start. Okay, so it will just going to start from, let's say, here 1 2 3 4 5 6. I only want me. Okay, I want to start from m. So here you can see k will be 1, I will be 2, s will be 3, this s will be 4, and one white space will be 5, and m is in 6th location. So 6 will be the location. And how much characters you want? So I only want 2. Okay, I only want to write me. Okay, so I will just going to put 2 because m is 1 is 2. Click on enter and you can see me. Okay, same you can just go with all the functions you have. Okay, but in data and analytics, these functions which I have written is very much important. Okay, uh, now suppose concat is the same, it will just going to help you to merge the particular cell. Okay, for example here equals to write concat. Okay, just select this one, what text, suppose I want to merge this. Okay, comma, I want to merge this, close the bracket, click on enter. You can see it will just going to merge these two texts. So that is where the concat function is helpful. Find, so you can just go ahead and just select the find function. Now it is saying what text to find. Okay, so I want to, let's say, find m. Okay, so suppose I will just going to select the text. Now within the text, okay, okay, so suppose what we can do is that I can just select m. Okay, so I just want to find m. Okay, comma, within text, from which text? So from this text I want to find m, and from where you want to start it. So for example I want to start from the 1. So close the bracket, click on enter. So it is saying that your m is in 6 location, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this basically helps to find the text. Okay, same with the search. Almost you can use always ChatGPT, it will just going to explain you the functions very properly. But in the data analytics, all these functions are very much helpful. Okay, then equals to find, just select the find. Okay, same thing, let's not waste time here. Okay, now search function, so search is also same as find. Substitute will just going to replace it. For example, I can just write here substitute. Select this, it is saying to select the text, so I will just going to select, let's say, this text. Okay, comma, no, wait, select this tag, comma, then it is saying what is the old text. Okay, what is the old text. And one more thing which we have to do here. Okay, so old text is, let's say, jod. Okay, comma, new text, what new text we want. So I want the jod, sorry, jodh to get replaced with the new text, that is jai. Okay, close the bracket. You can see, click on enter. Oops, wait, let's see what problem we have got here. Jodh, Jay, okay, so it's Jaipur, then comma, then instant example. Okay, so make sure that whenever you select or put any text, okay, so always put that text in the quotes in the Excel. Okay, then you can see the JODH has been replaced with JI. Same with the replace function. So this is what text function is all about, and you can always take the help of ChatGPT to understand any simple function. Okay, guys, we will going to learn about some time function. So it's very easy. For example, if you just put equals to today, okay, close the bracket, click on enter, it will just going to tell you the today's date. Okay, so you can see today is the 6th of November. You can see in my computer, so exactly same date. Okay, and if you put, let's say, equals to now, select this, close the bracket, it will just going to tell you the time with the date. Okay, now similarly, let's say if we just talk about day, what is today's day? Okay, so just select this. Let's say I select the day from here, so it will just going to say that today is 6th. Same with the month, equals to, let's say, month. Okay, just select your serial number. Sorry, let's just close it, select it, close it, click on enter. It will just going to tell you that right now it's November. Okay, November month. And same with the year as well. Okay, write equals to year and select that. Okay, and then we have the text, equals to text. Okay, if you select the text, now it will just going to say you the value. Okay, so for example, let's say if I select, let's say, this one. Okay, and suppose I want to know the year. Okay, so what I can do is that I can just put y four times, close the bracket, click on enter, and it will show you 2024. Even if you, let's say, remove one y, it will show 2024. And suppose from here, if I just select it to 4m, so it will just going to give you the full name of the month. And similarly, if you remove one m, it will show you the short form of November. Same, you will going to remove one more m, it will just going to show you more short. Okay, so this is what the text function we use it for. And then we have the date. If you just put equals to date, select it, it is saying the year, month, and day. So for example, let's say you can select any year. Okay, then you can select month and date, which is going to calculate the date for you. Okay, for example, let's say year is, let's say, 2025, comma, month, let's say we have this month. Okay, comma, we have this day, close it, click on enter, it will show you the day. Okay, then equals to, let's say, we have the minutes. Okay, so don't select minimum, just select this minutes, and we have the minutes here, close the bracket, it will just show you that right now this is the time. Okay, minute. Okay, and equals to e date, select it. Okay, start date. Okay, so for example, let's say the start date is this one, then it will just going to tell you after 1 month. Okay, if I select one, if I select, close the bracket, click on enter, so it will just going to show you in this format. So what you can do, just go to home, select it to the short date. Now it's showing you that, okay, just after 1 month, this will be the date. Okay, so this is where edates are helpful. So these are the some functions which we generally use in the data analytics. Okay, and of course, networking days is your homework, which you can understand with the chat GPT. Guys, we will going to talk about conditions. Now, what are conditions? So if, and, or not. So these are all comes under condition. Okay, so suppose we want some kind of a condition, so in that condition case we use if. Okay, and inside if we can use and, or, not. Okay, now suppose I have this particular table over here. Okay, and suppose I just want, let's say, one, I'm just going with, let's say, one hacking program. Okay, hacking program 1. Okay, now when I click on this, wait, let me just hacking. Okay, hacking program 1. And suppose here I only want, okay, I only want that the students, okay, who have, marks, let's say, greater than 33. Okay, the students who have marks greater than 33, I only want them to join this. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, or let's just do one thing. Let's just say we can just name it, let's say, marks, let's say pass or fail. Okay, or let's say result. Okay, we want that people who will just going to get the marks above 33, they will be considered as a pass. Okay, or let's say who will going to get marks greater than and equals to. Okay, so if any students will going to get 33 marks, so he will be pass, or above 33 will be pass. Okay, so this is what, let's say, I want here. Okay, so in that case what I can do is that I can use if condition. So I can just tap on this cell, I can click on equals to, and then I can just write if. Okay, then after you select if, just open the if. Okay, now it has given you formula to put. First it is asking for the logical test. Okay, that means what uh, you know condition you want. Okay, and if that condition is true, so what will going to happen, and if that condition is false, so what will going to happen. Okay, so just watch this formula carefully. First it is asking to put the condition. Okay, then if this condition is true, so what should be happen, and if this condition is false, so what should be happen there. Okay, so let's see very carefully. Logical text. Okay, so I'm just writing here marks. Okay, so suppose I selected this one. Now I selected marks. Okay, so I want that if this marks, okay, if this marks is, let's say, greater than, okay, greater than and equals to 33. Okay, this is what I want. I want that if the marks, if this 56 marks, if this marks is greater than 33. Okay, so I put this condition, if this marks is greater than and equals to. Okay, then it is saying to put comma, so I will put comma. Now it is saying if this condition is true, that means if this marks is greater than and equals to. Okay, if this condition is true, so what will going to happen. So I want that if uh, if this will going to happen, so it will be pass. Okay, okay, or if this condition is false. Okay, so if you just put comma, so it is saying now value if false. Okay, if this condition is false, so what should happen. So we want to write fail, like this. Okay, awesome. Just close the bracket. That's it. Click on enter, and you can see here what is happening now. 50, of course, 56, it is greater than 33, so it pass. 89 is greater than 33, again pass. 23, it is basically less than 33, so it got fail. So in this case we use this condition. Okay, so here in this if condition, first you will going to write one condition. Okay, and if this condition will be true, so what you want to happen. Okay, and if this condition is false, so what you want to happen. Okay, so this is what we have applied here. If you just open this, so you can see we have first written this condition, which is this one, and we said that if this condition is true, so I just put pass. Okay, so the user will going to get pass if this condition is true, and if this condition will going to get fail, so what you want to do in that case. So I have just written as fail. Okay, I want that if this condition gets fail, so write fail. Okay, so you can see in every case when this condition is getting fail, like in 27, it is of course less than 33, it again got fail. Okay, and instead of fail, let's say I can just even write, let's say, failed. Anything you write. Okay, click on enter, and you can see now it turns to fail. So this is how it works. Okay, this is what if condition is all about. Okay, now suppose I'm just going with one hackathon one. Okay, hackathon 1 is a program where we just uh, you know create one program. Okay, like with hackathon 1, I guess. Okay, so in this hackathon 1, what we want is that if this condition, okay, so first understand, we are now about to use and condition. Okay, now and condition is useful when the multiple conditions are true. What does this mean? Suppose if there will be one condition and there is another condition is true, so the third condition will also become true. Okay, this is what and condition is. And suppose if let's say if one condition is true. Okay, let me just write here, okay, so that you can better understand that. Let's say I have condition 1. Okay, and it's condition 2, I suppose, and we have the result here. So whenever we talk about and condition, okay, so suppose if I just write here and, now in and condition what happens is very simple. If condition 1 is true, and let's say if condition 2 is also true, so the overall result will be also true. Okay, but in the condition, let's say if this condition, let's say uh, condition 1 is true, and let's say if condition 2 is, let's say, false. Okay, so the overall result will be also false. Okay, now suppose if the condition 1 in such case is, let's say, false. Okay, condition 1 is, let's say, false and condition 2 is true, so the overall condition, condition 2 is, let's say, also false. Okay, and let's say so overall result will also be considered as a false. So in and condition, always remember that both the conditions should match, then only the result will be that one. Okay, it can be condition 1, 2, 3, but all the conditions should be matched. In case if one condition gets true and another condition gets false, so the result will be always false. Okay, so this is what the end condition is. Okay, so now suppose I want that the students, okay, let's say who will going to get marks, let's say greater than, okay, let me just write students who will going to get mark greater than and equals to 70. Okay, this is what I want, and I want that students from CS background, okay, if it's here, okay, so he can basically join this hackathon program. So listen very carefully. I want students from different branch. So here you can see March branch. Okay, these are the name of the students, they are the marks, these are the branch. Okay, so they are, every student is from different branch. Okay, so I want to apply two conditions here. First condition is this one, that student should be greater than and equals to 70. That means their mark should be greater than equals to 70, and he should be from CS background. Okay, then only I want these students to get pass. Okay, so what you will going to do, equals to, okay, again if condition. Okay, now here just try to understand one thing. Okay, now here if I just select the marks, okay, again same thing, greater than equals to 70. Okay, now I want that the students, okay, with the marks greater than and equals to 70, if these conditions get true, so I want them to, let's say, in. Okay, I want them to get in, that means they can basically join this program. In case if this condition is false, okay, so I want them to be out. Okay, but problem here is that it will only going to satisfy one condition, that is marks greater than and equals to 70. But suppose I want to add one more. Okay, I want to add one more condition inside it, so I can use and. And always remember that whenever you put anything, so like here it's opening bracket, so it will always going to close here. So suppose if I just add, let's say, one more bracket here. Okay, suppose I, after if I just add one more bracket here. Okay, now one more bracket is added. So this bracket, now I just write here end condition like this. And after I have add the end condition, now my friends, what I can do is that here after the 70, what I can do is that I just add, you can see here, if you will tap here, so it's saying that it's condition 1, and after comma, okay, it is saying me what is the condition 2. So my condition 2 is that it should be from CS background. So I will select the branch, and I will say that if this branch is, let's say, equals to, okay, let's say CS, okay, so this is what I want. Okay, and after I do this, I will just going to close the bracket, and I will just going to put comma. Okay, so this is what I have done. Now if you click on enter, now you can see that both the conditions are here. Now even if you don't understand, let me just show you again. Okay, so it's very simple. Equals to, okay, then it will be if like this, and I want that the marks. Okay, but I want two conditions here. Okay, and I said you that when you can use and again and again for as many as condition. So suppose I can just write here, let's say and as well. Okay, because I have two conditions here. Wait, and okay, I will select this. Now I have add end condition. Now it is asking me to put two condition. You can see logical 1 and logical 2, logical 3, and so on. So you can put as many as condition. So now my condition 1, I want that the condition 1 should be marks greater than and equals to 70. Simple. Then I want the comma. I want to put another condition here. Okay. So another condition should be that the branch should be from CS background. Okay, awesome. Now you can see for end we have open this condition, so I will open this bracket, so I will just going to close this bracket. Then I want that if this condition gets true, I want that these two both condition, if they gets true, okay, you can see here if these both conditions get true, so I want, here you can see this is the condition we have written here. Okay, this is the condition we have written. Now I want that if these both conditions, okay, if these both conditions get true, okay, if these both conditions get true, so I want that what will going to happen. So I want to put true value if these conditions get true. So what will going to happen? So it is saying me to put comma, so you can see at the end I put comma, then I have to write the true condition. So I will just going to write here that if this happens, so I want it to be, let's say, join. Okay, they can join, and then it is saying put comma if these conditions get false. So you can see now if this conditions gets false, so I want it to get out like this. Close the bracket, click on enter. You can see now this guy, okay, uh, wait, okay, wait, I guess if this gets okay, so in this all case you can see that only one student can join this. Why? Because you can see his marks is greater than 70, and he is also from CS background, so it goes join. But in all other case, you will going to see it will going to get fail. In CS, you can see here the condition 1 is false because it is less than 70, but condition 2 is getting true. Okay, so it is false because I told you that condition 1 is it is true, and let's say if condition 2 is false, so it will be considered as false only. So here you can see condition 1 is false and condition 2 is true. So in this case it the value is false. So we just said that in this formula you can see if these conditions get false, so we have to write out. Okay, so in this is the reason it got out. Okay, very interesting to use. And let's say if I just want to add, let's say hackathon, let's say second program 2.0. Okay, now suppose here let's just add some other case, and let's say here, let's say we will going to use or. So guys, if we just talk about or condition, so in or conditions, what generally happen is that if, let's say, if this both condition is true, it will be true. And in this case, let's say if this one condition is true and second condition is false, so it will also consider in the or case true only. Okay, but if these both conditions will be false, so it will be false only. So in or, if any one condition is against other conditions, so in that case also the condition will be the same. Okay, so this is where we use or. Okay, so wait, let me just okay, suppose I just go here and extract it. Let me just copy this and let's say paste it over here. And as I have told you that if condition one, if any one condition is false, so still it will be considered as a true. So now in this case, suppose I run one program and I saw that only one student is getting passed, so the condition is getting too difficult. So let's launch the new program, and let's say in this program what we want, that the students who gets the marks greater than, let's say, equals to 70. Okay, and if he is from, let's say, uh, CS branch. Okay, if he is from, let's say, CS branch, so we want him to get enrolled. Okay, now just see here, if I just put equals to, again same if, like this. Now I can put or, because I want the or condition, so I will just going to put or, just select the or. Now it is asking for what will be the condition one, so I want if the marks, if it's greater than and equals to 70. Now it is asking for the condition 2, so after condition 1 it is asking to put comma, so I will put comma, then condition 2. What is the condition 2? So I want that the branch should be, let's say, equals to CS background, like this. Okay, now I will just going to close it. Now it is saying if these conditions get true. Okay, so this condition which we have written, if these conditions get true, so what will going to happen? But before that it is asking to put comma, so I will put comma. Now it is asking that if these conditions get true, so I want them to, let's say, join. And if, comma, if these conditions get false. Okay, so in that case I want them to get out. Okay, and why we are writing the text in the course? Because we have always told you that whenever there is some text, so you always have to put that in the quotes. Okay, click on enter, and now you can see as compared to the earlier, now more people can join here. Now in all this condition you can see 78 and CE. Okay, CS. Now here if you will going to notice, we just said that condition 1 and condition 2. Okay, either condition 1 or 2, because we have told if this condition 1 is true, but if condition 2 is false, still we want them to be true. Like here in this case you can see that in the case of, let's say, E. Okay, so here you will going to see one thing, that condition 1 is getting true. Okay, he is getting more than 70, so here condition 1 is true. Okay, you can see in the Kunal's case condition 1 is true, but condition 2, that is he should be from CS, but this Kunal is from the EE branch, so this condition is false. So result, we told you that if any condition will going to happen in such a way that the condition 1 is true and 2 is false, so the result will be true. So still you can see the Kunal has got the option to join. Okay, because condition 1 is true, but even condition 2 is false, so still the result will be considered as a true and he can join. Okay, that's how amazing it is. Now let's just go with another option. Suppose I want Now one case where I just do not want CS people to join. Okay, I want that these CS people should not join. Okay, so I put X. Okay, I want that this CS everyone can join except the CS students. Now let's say this is the hackathon 3 program. Okay, so I want that everyone can join except CS students. So I will just going to put equals to, now I'm just teaching you not condition. So in not condition, my friends, everything gets opposite. Everything gets opposite. Suppose if I just write here, let's say here. Okay, so in not condition, what happens is that, let's say if any conditions are getting true. Okay, suppose wait, let me just remove it. So here what happens is that if any condition is, let's say, true, so the result will be false. Okay, so what will be the condition? So opposite of that will going to happen. So like here, let's say if the condition is, let's say, false, so it will go true. Okay, so in not, this is what happens. So what I can do is I can put equals to. Okay, now if I just write here if again, and I want the condition. Okay, so suppose I want that if anyone is from the branch equals to CS. Okay, if any branch that is equals to CS, he can basically join. So if these conditions get true, so I want them to join. If these conditions get false, I want them to get out of this program. Now if you see this particular formula, so it is saying that students who are from CS background can join, but what we want is that we do not want the CS students. So this condition is getting totally opposite. Okay, so what we can do is that after if, here we can just add one bracket and I can just write here not. You can see not, just double tap and not condition is added, and I can just put this not conditions over here. Okay, suppose I can just put it, let's say, here. Okay, like this. Now this is what it will going to happen. Okay, now whatever this condition has said, so opposite of that we will going to get answer. Click on enter, and you can see here that the students who is from CS is out, CS is out, CS is out, and CS is out, and rest all can join. So this is basically known as not condition. Okay guys, we will going to cover about some numeric functions. Okay, so first one we have is the round. Okay, so how basically round system looks like. So suppose if I have one number that is let's say 23 point, let's say 75. Okay, now we have this number. Now suppose I just want to round up this particular number. Okay, so what I can do is that I can use, let's say, equals to round. You will see this, select this number. It is saying to select the number, so I will select this number. Then it is saying to put comma, then how many number of digits you want. For example, I want to round up for 1. Close the bracket, click on enter, and you can see it will just going to round up to 23.8. so this is the round up function. You can just round up any particular number. Then we have a round down one. Okay, so now what is this round down? Okay, so if you just put equals to, okay, then you just put round down. Okay, if you select this, it will say you the number, put 1. Okay, so when it will going to put down. Okay, so just see downward. Okay, if I click on enter, now what it will going to do is that it will just going to down this value, okay, which you can see 23.75. okay. Now sometimes suppose we do not want this point, we directly want, let's say, 23 to come, okay. Like here it's 23.75, right? Which okay, so even you cannot down it because by rule 23.7, so it is bigger than 5, okay, so it should be 24. But for example, we want it to be 23 itself, so in that case we use this floor math. Just put equals to floor math, just select this, select the number, it is asking for the number, okay, close the bracket, click on enter. You can see you have got 23. Okay, awesome. Now let's just go with the round up. It's just opposite of round down, okay, so it will just going to give you the up value. So right now it's 7, so it will now going to give you, okay, you can see, just select this number, I will select it by 1, click on enter, you can see 23.8. okay. Now if you just select it and if you just put here, let's say 2, so it will just going to give you with 2 values, okay, same. But with round up it will just going to increase 8, okay, it will just going to give the upper one more preference, okay. Now the ceiling math, okay, sorry, it's ceiling math, okay. Now what is the ceiling math? So suppose if you put equals to ceiling math, okay, just choose this number, okay, just close it. Now it is just opposite of floor math. Like in floor math, what was happening? 23.75, so it has given 23. But with the ceiling math, okay, it will just going to give the upper value more preference, okay, so you will see 24 will come up here, okay. So it will just floor one will going to give 23 and ceiling math will going to give the upper number more preference. Suppose if there will be, let's say, 23.5, okay, suppose this is the value. Now suppose in the floor math what will going to happen, it will always going to give the value as the 23 and the ceiling will going to give the preference to the upper number, that is the 24, and floor math will going to give the lower value more preference, okay. Now suppose let's say there is some value, let's say 64.9, okay. So you all know that by rule 65 should come, okay, but what will going to happen now is that 64.9, okay. So in the floor math it will just going to give the floor value, that is the lower value more preference, so the answer will be 64, okay. But in the ceiling math it will just going to give the upper value more preference, it will be 65, okay. Now let's just go with the minimum. Suppose we have some numbers here, okay, 6, 5, 2, 9, 1, maybe anything, okay. So just select this, okay, first just put equals to, that is the minimum, okay, this one minimum, select the numbers, so I will select this, close it, click on enter. So with this array, okay, array means the selected options, okay, so in the selected options 1 is the very minimum, right? So this is the reason it has given 1. So suppose instead of 1, if I make it to, let's say, 7, click on enter. Now 2 will be the lowest minimum value because out of this selection 2 is the minimum. Then let's just talk about equals to max. Just select this number like this, close it, click on enter. So 9 will be the max because in the selected array, okay, the 9 is the biggest, so it has just given you the 9, okay. Now power. Now suppose you all know what is the power, okay, it's like 2 to the power 4, okay. So suppose I just want to put 2 power 6, okay. So how I will going to do that? So it's equals to power, okay. Now it is asking the number, so the number is 2, okay, so I will select 2, comma, how much power you want to give. Okay, 2 to the power 7, if you know the basic maths. Okay, just put 7, close it, click on enter. 128. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, now even you can just make it, let's say 2. So 2 to the 4, right? So 2 to the power 7 means it is multiplying 2 7 times. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So this is what the meaning of 2 to the power 7 means. Okay, it is just multiplying 2 7 times. And at the very bottom you can also see this list. You can also right click, and from here you can just select the various options as well. Let's not go there. Okay, now like suppose if I put, let's say 7 power 2, so it means that 7 2 times. Okay, multiply 7 by 7. Okay, because power is 2, 7 sevens are 49. Here 2 is the number and just multiply it by 7, so 2 and multiply it by 7 times. Now suppose if I just go here, okay, put equals to power, number is now 7, okay, and comma, how much power we want to give to, we want multiply 7 by 2 times. Click on enter, so 49. Okay, so of course you can also take the square root of it, so 7 sevens are 49. Okay, so suppose if you put equals to x cube square root. Okay, suppose I select this number, so the square root of 49 is 7. That's it. Then we also do have mode options as well. Okay, so mode is generally do not use too much, but it simply means you know, reminder. Okay, so suppose if I just put equals to mode, okay, so you can see returns the reminder. Okay, it will just going to give you the reminder. Like if you divide 7 by 2, what will be the reminder? It will just going to give you that. Okay, so for example mod, I select this mod number. So for example the number is, let's say 12, and I want to divide it by 5. So what will be the reminder? It will be 2. So that is the mod. Okay, or you can say it modulus. Then rand means random number. So suppose if I select rand, okay, sorry, just put, wait, let me just remove these things. Okay, now rand. Okay, so it's equals to rand. It will just going to give you any random number. Just close it, click on enter. This is the random number. If you if you just select this, click on enter, again it will be another random number. If you select this, again it will be the random number. Okay, so this is the random number. Now random number between, for example if I just select okay, sorry, equals to random between. Okay, so it is saying that, okay, tell me the number between. So suppose I want the number from 8 to 1. Okay, I want basically numbers between 1 to 8. Okay, so click on enter. Okay, wait. Okay, sorry, bottom number, let's say 1. Okay, comma 8. I want the number between 1 and 8. Just again click on enter. So it will now only going to give you the number between 1 to 8. That is the random between. Now what is the random array? Suppose if I just put equals to rand array. Now how much rows you want? So suppose I want, let's say 2 rows, comma 3 columns, minimum value let's say 2 and maximum value let's say 4, and comma it is asking that, okay, integer, it should be integer, yes, true, close it, click on enter. Awesome. Now you can see what it has given us is that it has given us 2 rows 3 columns. This is what we have set. We set 2 rows 3 columns. If you increase the row to 5, click on enter, you can see now 5 rows. 1 2 3 4 5 rows. Okay, 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 row, 5 row. So we have selected 3 columns. 1 2 3. Okay, you can see here 3. If I just increase it to, let's say 4, you can see now 4 columns, right? Now even you can just increase the minimum value. Let's say I want it to be, let's say 89 minimum, and 96 to be maximum. Now all the numbers will be between that one. Okay, so this is the random array. So hope you have got some idea about the numeric functions in Excel. Now guys, we will going to talk about some amazing maths plus logical functions. Okay, it is very interesting. Okay, so see, we have some sort of a data. Okay, which we have here. Okay, let me just put it close here. Okay, okay, wait. Okay, and we have one. Okay, now what are all these things? Let's just discuss it. Okay, so see, we will now going to go with some maths plus logical function where we will talk about some, what is some ifs, okay, count ifs, okay, average and so on, count back. Now what are all these things? So guys, see, if you want to do sum, so it's very easy sum. Now what you want to sum up, so for example I want to sum this one, comma, let's, sorry, this is a date, of course. I will going to sum up, let's say this value, comma, this value, close the bracket. It will just going to give us the sum of that, right, which is this one, 791 plus 189. So this will just going to give you the sum, right, like this. Very easy, nothing complicated. But what if you want to go with sum if? Okay, so if you want to sum on the basis of one column, now if you will see here, if I just put here sum if, this is the option sum if. Now here you will going to see two things. One is the range and second is the criteria. Range and criteria, range and criteria. So in this case, my friends, we just have to select the range, okay, from where we want to do sum up, and what will be the criteria of that range, okay. And for that, I will going to, let's say, select this salary option, and I will going to put comma. Now I will going to say that I want to sum up all the values which are greater than, let's say, $500. Okay, so I can just say like this, greater than $500. Awesome, like this. Close the bracket, click on enter. Now it will just going to sum up all the values which are greater than 500. Okay, so you can see with from this range. Now what it has done is that it has selected and searched for all the values that are greater than 500. Okay, and it just sum up together, that is 5382 is the result. So this is what sum if are useful. And sum ifs, now this, just see the formula of it. So here's sum ifs. Now here you will going to see two things, that is the sum range and the criteria range. Now these two are the two different things. Okay, sum range. Now what is the sum range? So sum range means the result from, okay, wait, let me just say, sum range means from where sum range equals to result. Okay, sum range equals to result. Wait, let me just insert it. Okay, so guys, sum range will basically means that from where you want to get the result, and criteria range is the condition. Suppose you can say, like, let's say now if I just talk about criteria range, so this criteria range means that on the basis of some condition you want to sum up. Suppose I want to sum up, okay, I want to do sum up of all the people who has the age group of, let's say, above 50. So I want to do the sum of above 50 age, and I want to calculate the sum of it. So in this case, okay, you will going to have to use sum ifs. Earlier what was happening in the sum if, we are using the sum range directly. Even if you see here, just see, it is asking for range and criteria directly. It is not asking you to put the criteria range or the sum range. It is directly asking you, okay, this is the range and from this from within this range, if you want to add some criteria, you can add and you will going to get the result. Okay, so within this particular column of a salary, we just added that above $500 salary, that is the condition we have put, and click on enter, we got the result. But in case of sum if you will just going to see now sum ifs, you will going to see two things, sum range and criteria range. Now sum range is the result basically from where you want to actually get the result. Okay, so I want the result. Okay, I want to sum up the salary, so this is the sum range. It will be considered as now the sum range. And criteria range, on what basis you want to calculate the sum. So I want to calculate on the basis of age. So on the basis of age, I want to calculate the age above 50. I want to only calculate the sum of their salary. So in such cases, we generally use sum ifs. Okay, and here you can just add multiple criteria as well. Okay, but let's just go with that. So I select, let's say, sum range, this one. Now it is asking to put comma. Now what is your criteria range? Okay, what is your criteria range? So my criteria range is, let's say, age, because from the age only I will just going to calculate that. Okay, now just put comma. Now it is asking, okay, this is your criteria range, the condition, but now what will be the condition? So our condition is the age should be above 50. Okay, so I will going to say that the age should be above 50. Okay, I will just going to close it, close the bracket, click on enter. Now it will going to calculate all the sum, okay, where the age is above 50. Okay, so here you can see that if you will just going to see in this complete table, there is only one Kunal whose age is above 50 and the salary is 235, and this is exactly what we got here, 235, right? So this is the power of this. Okay, sum if. Okay, so hope you guys have got the idea about it. Okay, how to use it. Okay, very simple, nothing complicated. Okay, now let's say equals to count. It is also same count. Okay, if you select the count, now it will just going to ask from which value it will. Let's say we select this salary one, close it, it will just going to count. Okay, there are 11 rows, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. That's it. Now if we just talk about count if equals to count if. Now guys, one thing which I just want to tell you, if you just try to use the count and if you try to calculate, let's say, the text value, if I select the text value and if I close, click on enter, it will show you 0. So count function doesn't work in the text. Okay, it doesn't work in the text. So for count, so this count will only going to work in the numbers. But if you actually want to count the text, so in that case we will going to use counter. So this will going to help us to do that. So just select counter, which is this one, and it will just going to do the same thing like count, but it is only created for the text. Close it, click on enter, it will just going to give you the value. Now you can also calculate on the basis of count blank. Suppose let's remove something. Suppose I remove, let's say, 5. Okay, so this is one blank value. Okay, let's say 2 blank value. We have 2 blanks value here. Now this count blank will going to count how much is the blank value. So suppose if I click on equals to count blank, select this. Now just select the range, let's say this range, close it, click on enter. It is counting that, okay, there are 2 blank values, 1 and 2. Okay, let me just fill 5. Now it will going to be 1. Okay, now 8 if I select, it will be 0. Okay, so you got what counter is and what count blank is. Okay, now let's just go with the equals count if. Okay, now same thing again, like here in the sum if, same thing. So whatever range you will going to select, so from there only it will just going to count. So suppose if I select, let's say, this age range, now within this range only I have to put the condition. I will put comma. Okay, I will just going to put comma. Then what is the criteria? So I want that it should be, let's say, below, let's say, 30. Okay, so I only want to count the values that are below 30. So below 30 are 5. Okay, so here what happening, if you will going to notice, within this range we are putting criteria. This is where the count if is useful, and same with the sum if also. From whatever range you select, within that range you have to put the criteria. Okay, so you have got the idea. And same with the count if you just put, but count ifs. Okay, formula will be little bit different, but the works the same way. So suppose it is asking for the criteria range. Okay, so what is the criteria range? So suppose, let's say we just go with, let's say this is the criteria range, okay, which we have here. Now this will just going to put comma. Now what is the criteria you have here? Okay, so our criteria is that it should be, let's say, less than 30, bracket, close it, click on enter. You will just going to get the same thing, but the benefit is that you can even add multiple things. Suppose in the sum if we have only add one condition, which is here, you can see we have add only one condition, the criteria one. Now if you put comma, so you can even add the second criteria range. Okay, like the criteria range, suppose we want the numbers. Okay, we want the numbers. Okay, or let's say we want from the customer, so you can even add the multiple conditions as well. So hope you guys have got the basic idea about this. Okay, and now your task is to calculate the average. Okay, just try the same method it is. Okay, just try, practice it, you will be able to do that. Okay guys, let's see how you can utilize ChatGPT for data analytics. Okay, so first we have taught you that you can use the for learning some functions. Okay, and it will just going to give you with the examples. Okay, then another thing is that you can just do with the screenshot. Suppose wait, let me show you here. Suppose we have here this data. Okay, and suppose here we have one more data, let's say the same data, like Rahul here, and the second one is here. Okay, so now what we can do is that we can just take the screenshot of this Excel sheet, and we can say to ChatGPT, uh, you can just share this screenshot to ChatGPT, and you can tell to ChatGPT, hey, this is the Excel sheet. Okay, so can you see any problem in the data, or any error maybe, or everything seems to be all right? Okay, so you can just even ask to ChatGPT by sharing the screenshot that are you seeing any problem in this data, or some error, or everything is all right? Okay, so when you will going to ask such things, so ChatGPT can analyze your Excel sheet, and it can also recommend you some problems or anything like that. Okay, so you can see that just by seeing the screenshot, it has said that okay, there is some duplicate entry, like you can see the Rahul is repeating. So this is the another way you can utilize ChatGPT, and on that basis it will just going to give you the problems. Okay, okay, like it is saying the inconsistent capitalization. Okay, like name column are in lowercase. Okay, so using the proper functions, so you can see this also giving you the solution. Okay, so first is saying it's a duplicate one, so even you can ask it, hey, how can I remove the duplicate data? We have already taught you how to do that, but you can even ask to ChatGPT, and it can step by step guide you. Okay, even you can write this step by step guide me, okay, how to remove, you can see Rahul data. Okay, Rahul duplicate data. Okay, question mark, click on enter, and you will just going to see the magic of it. Okay, and then it will just going to guide you step by step how to uh, remove the data. Okay, so it is saying that first click and drag to select the entire data range. Okay, select the cells C3 to D9. Okay, so you can see the location is C3, which is this one, C, and 3 is the row. So the location of this cell is C3, and it is going till here, that is the D and 9. Okay, so it is saying to select the range like this, okay, of the table. Then it is saying go to data tab, go to data tab. Okay, then it is saying in data tab you will find remove duplicate section. Okay, so here you can see remove duplicates. Okay, and boom, so you can see even ChatGPT can give you some guidance or everything. Okay, now you can see it is also saying inconsistent capitalization. The names in the name column are in the lowercase. Using the proper function could make the names more visual, like capitalizing the Rahul to the Rahul. Okay, so here it is saying that we have to capitalize it. So if you don't know how to do this, okay, so you can say to ChatGPT, above you said problem of inconsistent capitalizations, so can you step by step guide me how to do this in Excel? Okay, so you can see whatever problem ChatGPT has given. So first we have used ChatGPT to get the feedback, okay, of the data, and it is giving us 4 feedback which we can improve. And then we are saying to ChatGPT that okay, you have given us the feedback, now tell us how to fix this feedback. Okay, so again it is saying okay, to solve this thing, so insert a new column for the proper names. Okay, so to insert new column, to avoid overwriting your original data, insert a new column. Okay, if you don't want to use the original column, click on D, D to write the name. Okay, click on column D. Okay, click on column D. Okay, to write the name, right click and choose insert. Okay, so it is saying right choose, click on right click and click on insert. So we have got another column. Okay, awesome. Enter the proper formula, uh, like equals to. Okay, so it has directly given you this code. You can just simply copy this. Okay, in the first cell of the new column, okay, that is the D3. Okay, which is D3. Okay, D3, enter the formula. Okay, in the first cell of the new column. Okay, uh, okay, so here we can just enter this formula, paste it, and you can see that it has converted everything to the proper. That means the name first is one here, then Rahul. Okay, another problem. Okay, wait, we can paste it. Okay, so the same thing we can just do it. Okay, like Maya and so on. Okay, so if you face this problem again, just take the screenshot and share that to ChatGPT. It will just going to solve it. So you can see, just it is directly giving us the code. You just have to follow this step by step and you can just get the complete result. Okay, then another problem it has said us about the currency format. The amount column is formatted as currency, which looks correct, assuming this is intentional. Okay, so that is the great table formatting the data in the table format, which is helpful for sorting and filtering if you need to analyze the data. Okay, so everything is good to great. So this is another ways how you can use ChatGPT. Okay, first to learn the formula, second is to get the feedback with the screenshots, and on that basis of the screenshot we can use the ChatGPT to solve some problem, step by step guidance, and even you can use it to learn some new concepts. Okay, so these are the powerful ways where you can just utilize ChatGPT. Okay, so hope you guys are getting the idea how you can utilize the ChatGPT. And another thing which I just want to tell you is that in this complete tutorial we have just covered each and everything, the concept which is very much basic, the fundamentals. Okay, about the Excel, which you will going to dealing with, like we have taught you about duplicates. Okay, we have just given you some functions. Okay, some maths and numerical functions. So these all can really help you in the data analytics field in future. We have just covered all the fundamentals which are required for you. Okay, one important thing, you have learned a lot of things here. Okay, now for some reason, let's say you want to go and upgrade your knowledge more, like there is tools like Power Pivot, okay, Power Query Editor. Okay, so these are some amazing tools like Power Query Editor. How this tool works in the data analytics, so these are some advanced or intermediate level tools, okay, which we can use in MS Excel. But right now, as a beginners, we have just covered each and everything in this free course. Okay, but if you are interested to learn about more in very detail, so what you can do is that you can just search for this website, that is Kuku Courses. Just go to this kukucourses.com website. Okay, and when you will go here, just click on the courses. Okay, and after you will going to click on the courses here, of course, if you want some free courses, okay, 30 plus free courses, you can join our newsletter and then subscribe, and then it will send you one verification email. Okay, so just make sure you verify, check your spam folder and all. Okay, you will going to get one email for the confirmation, then you can get all our free courses. Okay, by the way, but if you come here, we have a complete 6 hours course about data analytics with Microsoft Excel, step by step from scratch, where you will just going to learn each and everything about the Power Query Editor, Power Pivot, how to create graphs, and so on. All such details has been covered here. And if you don't find it here, just search for data analytics here. Okay, and also below this lesson, I can also provide you one PDF, so there also I will going to attach the link, okay, for these courses. Okay, so you can also explore them, but here you can see this course step here, and you can see complete 6 hours course. You can just play this video, and you will just going to learn about each and everything we have taught here in more in depth. Okay, you will just going to learn about some formulas, and also such things like how to create such charts, pivot table, how to create the customer's dashboard. Everything has been covered here. Okay, so all these courses we provide here in the membership. So if you click on the get membership, or if you click on the top in the membership, you can see we have the yearly and the lifetime plan. Okay, so if you are interested, so you can just get our membership. And if you want to get 50% discount in this lifetime plan, so you can just watch this video. In this video we have taught how to get 50% discount in the lifetime plan. And do not worry, not only the data analytics course, but all other courses. You can see we have a powerful 7 hours course, API courses, okay, turn WordPress into a SaaS business course, and plenty of amazing courses, from finance related courses, development, programming. All such courses we have here in our website, email marketing automation, and plenty of amazing courses we have. We update it every time, and all of the amazing courses we have in our affordable membership. Okay, so if you guys are interested, so make sure come to the website and explore this amazing website. Okay, and another thing which I just want to tell you is about the ChatGPT. Also, in case if you are interested to learn about ChatGPT, so what you can do is you can scroll at very bottom, click on free courses, then just search for here ChatGPT, click on enter, and you will just going to find this course. Okay, wait, let me show you. Just scroll down, and okay, so in case if you don't find it here, just search for OpenAI, click on enter. Okay, now just go here, and you will see this course, OpenAI guide prompt engineering. Just go with this course, close the ad, and this is another course, okay, where you will going to learn about ChatGPT. Basically, OpenAI is a company that has created ChatGPT and all. So if you want to know how to properly use more optimize, okay, basically how to use ChatGPT more efficient with the data analytics, so it's very good idea to also learn how to use tools like ChatGPT and also everything you will going to learn here. Click on start learning button, and you will going to get lots of knowledge about AI as well. Okay, just click on play video. This course is absolutely free. Okay, absolutely free course. Okay, but make sure you just explore our membership and make sure watch this video. It's not like that. If you don't watch this video, so you will not be able to purchase. It's very same like you purchase in the e-commerce website, but still we recommend all of you to watch this video, before purchasing our membership. Okay, and also inside this video you will learn how to get 50% discount in this lifetime plan. Okay, so you will going to get this plan for just $49, I suppose. Okay, so make sure you just explore our website and get membership if you guys are interested. It will just going to benefit you. And also every month we also launch new courses, so you will also going to get all such courses for absolutely free as well if you go with our membership. Okay, so this is what I just wanted to tell you. And in case if you're interested to learn about power pivot tables, okay, what are data models, measures, so all such things has been covered in very in depth in this data analytics course which we have over here. Okay, make sure you explore it and learn how to take the data analytics to the very next level, okay, with the Microsoft Excel.